Let me start with something most guys won't admit, but everyone thinks. You're probably wasting your time trying to impress women with the wrong things. Yes, that's right. The fancy cologne, the expensive watches, or the latest trendy sneakers. Not as powerful as you think. In fact, those superficial choices could be doing more harm than good to your chances with women. And here's the controversial truth. You don't have to dress like a movie star or drop hundreds on designer brands to be irresistible. Women are way more straightforward about what really turns them on when it comes to a man's style. I know, this goes against all the fashion advice you see on Instagram or hear from so-called style experts. They'll tell you, buy this jacket, wear those shoes, flex this accessory. But deep down, women are looking for something more authentic, something that speaks to confidence and a sense of who you are, not just what you can afford. Now, before you get defensive and start listing off your entire wardrobe, hear me out. This video isn't about teaching you how to become a fashion icon or copycat some influencer's look. It's about understanding what genuinely appeals to women on a primal level when they look at a man's outfit. The kind of things that make them think, yeah, that guy gets it, or I want to know more about him. This isn't just my opinion. This is based on what women say when you strip away the noise. Real feedback, not just polite compliments or surface-level flattery. Because honestly, women are brutally honest when it comes to attraction, and if you want to improve your style in a way that actually works, you need to listen. And here's where it gets interesting. The sexiest things men wear aren't always what you'd expect. Sometimes it's about the subtle stuff, the little details that show you care without trying too hard. Other times, it's about owning a classic look and making it your own. And sometimes, it's just about wearing something that fits perfectly and makes you feel like yourself. So if you're tired of guessing, wasting money on clothes that don't do anything for you, or worse, making yourself look desperate, this video will change the way you think about dressing to attract women. Because style isn't just about clothes. It's a tool to communicate your confidence, your personality, and your respect for yourself. I'm going to break down the 7 sexiest things men wear, based on honest women's opinions, real-world experience, and simple psychology. These are the pieces that will make you stand out without turning you into a walking billboard for some brand. They're easy to find, practical, and adaptable, no matter your age or budget. By the end of this video, you'll understand why these 7 things matter more than flashy trends or expensive labels. You'll be able to spot them instantly, start building your wardrobe around them, and most importantly, start feeling more attractive just by putting them on. Remember, this isn't about impressing everyone. It's about attracting the right women by showing up as your best self. Because the sexiest thing you can wear is confidence, and the right clothes can help you wear that confidence like armor. If you've ever wondered why some guys seem to get all the attention without trying too hard, it's often because they've nailed these simple style truths. They don't overthink it. They don't rely on gimmicks. They just get it. So buckle up, because what you're about to hear might challenge what you've believed about style and attraction your entire life. But that's exactly why it works. Let's get into the 7 sexiest things men wear, and why they'll change the way women see you forever. Why expensive doesn't mean sexy. One of the biggest myths men believe about attraction is that spending a lot of money on clothes automatically makes them more attractive to women. It's everywhere. Get the latest designer jacket, buy the most expensive shoes, wear that luxury brand watch. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Women don't care about the price tag, not even close. What really matters isn't how much you spent, but how you wear what you have. A man in a plain, well-fitted shirt and clean sneakers can be way sexier than a guy decked out head to toe in flashy, expensive brands who looks uncomfortable or fake. Women notice when you try too hard, and expensive clothes can sometimes send the wrong message. I'm trying to buy attention. That's a major turnoff. Imagine a guy walking into a room wearing a giant logo from an expensive brand, but his clothes don't fit him properly. The jacket is too big, the pants bunch up at the ankles, and the shoes look worn out underneath all that branding. It's like he's shouting, "Look at me," but the message is lost because the fit and feel don't match. Now imagine another man wearing a simple white button-down shirt, perfectly tailored, paired with clean dark jeans and polished sneakers. No loud logos, just confidence showing through how the clothes fit and how he carries himself. Which one sounds sexier to you? Most women will pick the second, the guy who looks comfortable and real, not the one who's trying to prove something with his wallet. This is because women respond to authenticity and confidence. Clothes that are too flashy or overpriced can feel like a mask, hiding the real you. When a man wears expensive brands without style or fit, it often comes off as insecure rather than attractive. But when he chooses simple, quality pieces that fit well, it shows he respects himself and pays attention to details. And that speaks volumes. There's also something powerful about restraint. You don't have to broadcast your money to get attention. In fact, flashing expensive brands can sometimes repel women who value deeper connection over surface impressions. Instead, wearing things that highlight your personality and suit the occasion is what creates real attraction. Let me tell you about a friend of mine. He's not rich, but he knows how to dress. One time, we went out to a casual dinner with some friends, including a few women. He showed up in a plain navy polo shirt and well-fitted khaki pants. Nothing flashy, no brand logos visible. But what made him stand out was how natural and confident he looked. He wasn't worried about what anyone thought, and that relaxed energy drew people to him. Later, one of the women told me she found him way more attractive than another guy there who wore expensive sneakers and a flashy jacket, but seemed stiff and nervous. She said the simple guy felt real, while the other felt like he was playing a role. That's the difference between genuine style and just wearing a price tag. If you want to attract women, focus less on the cost of your clothes and more on how they fit your body and personality. That means paying attention to proportions, making sure shirts and pants aren't too tight or too loose, and choosing colors that complement your skin tone and style. These small details create a clean, sharp look without needing a designer label. Another big mistake is mixing expensive pieces with cheap, ill-fitting ones. Wearing a luxury watch with worn-out shoes or a crumpled shirt can undo all the effort. Women notice these contrasts immediately because it shows a lack of care or understanding about how to put an outfit together. Consistency is key, not price. So the next time you feel tempted to buy the most expensive jacket or sneakers just to impress, ask yourself this: does it actually make me feel confident and comfortable? Or am I just hoping the price tag will do the work for me? Because in reality, clothes don't impress women. The man who wears them does. When you choose clothes that fit well and suit your style, you send a clear message. You know who you are, and you're comfortable in your own skin. That confidence is what women find irresistible. And the best part? It costs a fraction of what you might spend chasing designer labels. Remember, sexiness isn't about money, it's about presence. When you show up with clothes that fit, that suit your personality, and that you feel good wearing, you don't need to shout to be noticed. Women see that, and that's what really turns them on. The power of simple, well-fitting clothes. If there's one rule every man needs to understand, it's this: no matter how expensive or stylish your clothes are, if they don't fit you well, they won't make you look good. Simple as that. The sexiest thing a man can wear is clothes that fit perfectly, not tight enough to feel like a straitjacket, and not so loose that you look like you borrowed your dad's suit. When clothes fit right, they highlight your best features without screaming for attention. They make you look sharp, confident, and put together, even if what you're wearing is basic. On the flip side, ill-fitting clothes instantly send the message that you don't care or don't know how to dress, and that kills attraction faster than any fashion faux pas. Why is fit so important? Because it shows you respect yourself and your appearance. It tells women you pay attention to detail and take pride in how you present yourself. And believe it or not, this attention to detail is a huge turn-on. It's not about impressing with flashy styles. It's about looking comfortable and natural in what you wear. Take a simple t-shirt. Most guys think any t-shirt will do, but a well-fitting t-shirt, one that hugs your shoulders, fits snugly around your chest, and falls cleanly at your waist, can elevate your entire look. It makes your body shape look better and shows off your physique without being over the top. Now imagine a t-shirt that's too big. It hangs off your body, swallows your frame, and makes you look sloppy. Or one that's too tight, where every little imperfection is visible, and you seem like you're trying too hard. Neither is attractive. The right fit balances comfort and style, making you appear confident and approachable. Let me share a quick story. A colleague of mine used to wear oversized shirts and baggy jeans because he thought it looked cool, but women often told him he looked sloppy or like he didn't care. Then, one day, he tried getting clothes tailored and focused on fit. Suddenly, with a simple fitted button-down shirt and well-cut pants, he got noticed. Not because he changed who he was, but because his clothes fit him, making him look confident and natural. This is the magic of fit. You don't need complicated styles or loud colors to get attention. Just clothes that fit your body well. Another reason simple, well-fitting clothes are sexy is because they don't distract from you. When your clothes are perfect, people focus on your face, your smile, your energy, the real you. If your clothes are oversized or ill-fitting, they become the focus, and usually not in a good way. It's also easier to build a wardrobe around simple, well-fitting basics. Think clean white shirts, dark jeans, neutral colors. These items go together, look good on almost everyone, and give you a solid foundation to add personality later, like with accessories or jackets. One practical way to know if your clothes fit well is to pay attention to the shoulders. The seam of your shirt or jacket should sit right on the edge of your shoulder bone. If it falls past your shoulder, the garment is too big. If it's tight or pulls when you move, it's too small. Sleeves should hit just past your wrist bones, and pants should have a clean break over your shoes without bunching. These small details make a huge difference in how polished you look. Also, don't be afraid of tailoring. You don't need a custom-made wardrobe to look sharp. Getting a few key pieces adjusted, like hemming pants or taking in the waist of a shirt, can make even affordable clothes look high-end. Tailoring is an investment that pays off in confidence and appearance. Why is this so controversial? Because many men think fit doesn't matter if the brand is expensive or trendy. They buy the biggest size for comfort or choose styles because they're popular, not because they suit their body. This mindset leads to sloppy or awkward looks that push women away instead of attracting them. The truth is, you don't need to be a fashion expert to understand fit. It's about knowing your body and choosing clothes that work with it, not against it. Once you get this right, your style instantly improves, and women notice. Remember, style isn't about quantity. Having a closet full of clothes that don't fit won't help you. It's about quality, fit, and how you wear what you have. Simple, well-fitting clothes are the easiest way to look your best and show confidence without saying a word. In short, forget the flashy trends or expensive logos for a moment. Focus on fit, comfort, and simplicity. This is the real secret to looking attractive and feeling good in your clothes. Why women hate overly flashy accessories. Let's be real for a moment. Accessories are meant to add style and personality to your look. But when you go overboard, flashing big chains, oversized watches, or bright, noisy bracelets, it usually does the opposite of what you want. Instead of attracting women, flashy accessories often push them away. Why? Because most women see flashy accessories as a sign that a man is trying too hard to prove something, maybe his status, money, or power. When a guy wears flashy jewelry, it can come off as desperate for attention or insecure. It feels like he's saying, "Look at me, I've got this," instead of letting his personality speak for itself. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how the most attractive men often keep their accessories simple or wear none at all? It's not because they don't care about style. They just understand that subtlety wins. A classic watch, a simple ring, or nothing at all sends a message of quiet confidence. It says, "I don't need to brag. I know my worth." Women want to connect with the real you, not a version that's shouting for attention through flashy accessories. When you pile on the bling, it becomes harder for them to see the man underneath. It can feel like you're hiding behind material things, rather than showing your true self. Also, flashy accessories can create a sense of distance. They can make a man seem less approachable because the focus shifts to the accessory, not the person wearing it. Women often want to feel comfortable and safe when they meet a guy. Too much flashy gear can send the opposite vibe, like you're more interested in showing off than connecting. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that wearing flashy stuff will make you stand out. But standing out for the wrong reasons can hurt your chances. It might catch someone's eye, but it rarely keeps their attention or builds attraction. There's also the risk of looking like you're trying to fit into a stereotype, the show-off or player image. Many women have heard those stories or seen those types, and they usually aren't attracted to the cliches. They want someone genuine, someone who doesn't need to prove anything with expensive accessories. Instead of flashy, women appreciate thoughtfulness. A small, meaningful accessory, something that reflects who you are or has a story, shows you have depth and personality. It might be a watch passed down from a family member or a bracelet you wear because it reminds you of an important moment. These things create connection without shouting. Another thing to consider is balance. Accessories should complement your outfit, not overpower it. When you wear flashy items, it's hard to balance the rest of your look. Everything competes for attention, and that creates confusion instead of attraction. You don't want to be the guy who walks into a room and immediately draws attention to his oversized chain or loud bracelet. Instead, aim to be the guy women want to get to know. Someone who looks put together, confident, and approachable. It's also worth noting that the right accessory in the right situation can be powerful. A classic watch or subtle cufflinks at a formal event add polish and sophistication. But the key word is subtle. The sexiest accessories are the ones people barely notice, until they do. At the end of the day, women want to feel like they're seeing the man, not his accessories. When you rely too much on flashy things, it makes it harder for them to connect with who you really are. So if you're wearing accessories, keep it simple and meaningful. Choose pieces that feel authentic to you and match your overall style. Let your personality do the talking, not your jewelry. Remember, real attraction comes from connection, confidence, and authenticity, none of which require flashing accessories to prove. The secret strength of casual confidence. Here's a hard truth many men need to hear. Confidence isn't about trying to be someone you're not. Yet, too many guys get caught up in pretending, wearing clothes or acting in ways they think will impress women, instead of being real. And honestly, women see right through it. Casual confidence is the kind that comes naturally when you accept who you are and don't feel the need to overcompensate. It's quiet. It's steady. It doesn't need loud clothes or forced charm to get noticed. But here's the thing. Most men aren't showing this kind of confidence. They're stuck in a cycle of trying too hard, overthinking every detail, and losing themselves in the process. Wearing casual, comfortable clothes that suit your style and fit well sends a powerful message. It says, you know yourself, you're comfortable in your skin, and you don't need to prove anything. That kind of calm self-assurance, it's magnetic. But let me be clear, casual confidence doesn't mean sloppy or careless. It means choosing simple, clean pieces that fit, keeping things neat, and carrying yourself with ease. It's about being approachable without trying to force attraction. Too many men think confidence comes from showing off, the flashiest clothes, the loudest personality, or the most expensive gear. That's a misconception. True confidence is quieter and more genuine. It's not about being the center of attention. It's about being comfortable with who you are, no matter what you're wearing. Here's where the criticism comes in. If you're constantly worried about what others think, if you're changing your style or personality just to fit in or impress, it's time to wake up. You're missing the point entirely. Women aren't attracted to someone who's lost in trying to be someone else. They want real men who own their identity and show it without apology. Think about the guys you've met who seem naturally attractive. They're not always the most fashionable or the loudest. Often they're just comfortable in their own skin, relaxed, and confident in what they wear. That casual confidence is something you can develop, but only if you stop worrying about impressing everyone and start focusing on being authentic. One practical way to build this confidence is to simplify your wardrobe. Choose clothes that fit well, look clean, and make you feel good without overthinking it. When you dress like this, you won't feel the need to constantly check yourself or worry if you look cool. That freedom is attractive. Another key is posture and attitude. Casual confidence shows in how you carry yourself. Relaxed shoulders, steady eye contact, and calm speech. It's not about acting tough or dominating a room. It's about being comfortable with silence, knowing your worth, and letting your presence speak for itself. Here's some advice. Stop chasing the idea that you have to be flashy or extraordinary to get noticed. That's a trap. Instead, focus on being the man who walks into a room and feels at home in his clothes and in himself. That feeling? Women notice it immediately. If you've been stuck trying to impress with loud clothes, flashy brands, or over-the-top behavior, it's time to wake up and rethink your approach. Casual confidence is the real game changer, and it's available to anyone willing to be authentic and present. So next time you get dressed, ask yourself, am I choosing this because it feels like me? Am I comfortable? Am I confident? If the answer is yes, you're already ahead of most guys. Remember, women aren't looking for a show. They want a connection. And casual confidence, the kind that comes from being yourself, is the most attractive thing you can wear.
How grooming beats brand labels. Every time. Here's a fact many men overlook. No matter how expensive your clothes are, if you're not taking care of yourself, it won't matter. Women notice grooming more than brand labels or flashy outfits. Cleanliness, neat hair, and good hygiene are the foundation of attraction. You can wear the most expensive jacket or shoes, but if your hair is messy, nails are dirty, or you smell like you haven't showered, you're sending the wrong message. It shows a lack of respect for yourself and for others. And that's not attractive. Good grooming is simple but powerful. It says you care about how you present yourself, and that you take pride in who you are. That confidence shines brighter than any logo or designer tag. Most men don't realize how much small grooming habits can change their appeal. Things like trimming facial hair, maintaining a clean haircut, and taking care of your skin make a huge difference. They show attention to detail and self-discipline. Another thing women appreciate is subtlety. You don't need to wear overpowering cologne or look like you spent hours in front of the mirror. Clean, fresh, and natural beats overdone every time. This is where many men miss the mark. They think dressing well means spending money on brands, but forget the basics. You don't need a huge budget for grooming, just consistent habits. If you want to be genuinely attractive, start here. Brush your teeth twice a day, shower regularly, use deodorant, keep your hair neat, and make sure your clothes are clean and pressed. These are simple steps that make a big impact. Grooming is not just about looks. It's about respect. Respect for yourself and respect for those around you. Women pick up on that respect instantly. So before you invest in the next expensive outfit, ask yourself, am I taking care of the basics? Because grooming beats brand labels every time. It's the foundation that everything else builds on. If you master grooming, you'll notice a difference. Not just in how women see you, but in how you feel about yourself. Confidence starts with respect, and respect starts with care.
Now, before we wrap this up, here's a statement that might upset some people. But it's the truth many men refuse to accept. Your clothes won't make you attractive if you don't have anything real to back them up. That's right. You can buy the flashiest brands, wear the most expensive suits, and stack on every trendy accessory. But if you lack confidence, self-respect, and authenticity, none of it will matter. This video has shown you the things women actually find sexy. And it's not about flashing money or blindly following trends. It's about fit, grooming, simple style, and most importantly, the confidence that comes from being yourself. No amount of money spent on clothes will replace genuine presence. You can't fake it, and women see right through it. I say this because I've seen too many men waste their time, energy, and money chasing a style that doesn't work for them, trying to fit into a mold that's not real. If you're one of those guys, it's time to wake up. Stop trying to impress others with brands or status symbols. Instead, invest in yourself. Get your grooming right, learn what fits you, and build confidence from within. But here's where it gets interesting. I want to hear from you. What has your experience been? Have you found that wearing expensive clothes changed how women see you? Or maybe it was something simpler that made the difference? Comment below with your stories, your wins, your mistakes. I want to know. This isn't just a video for me to teach you. It's a conversation. I'm here to connect with you, to understand what's real and what's not when it comes to attraction and style. If you share your experience, I'll reach out. We'll talk, and I'll help you cut through the noise and get to what really works for you. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about brands or trends. It's about being a man who knows his worth, shows up confidently, and respects himself. That's the kind of man women notice. That's the kind of man who gets results. So don't just watch this and move on. Join the conversation. Share your truth. Let's break the myths together and build a new way of thinking about style and attraction. One that's real, effective, and empowering. Remember, sexy isn't bought. It's worn with confidence. Now it's your turn.